God, we're at the Serenity Park, and of course it's festive time, definitely festive time. That's a beautiful backdrop. I'm definitely enjoying it. It's a beautiful day, and we're honored to be here in your company, waking you up, sending you off on an awesome day. That's what we aim to do every morning. So it's our hope that at the end of this show, you're going to feel a lot better, enlightened, and ready to face the world. Let's see what Kendall has over at the news desk.
Good morning. 2 men have been charged in connection with a recent Vieux Fort murder. On Friday, November 24th, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, the RSLPF, launched investigations into the circumstances surrounding the attempted murder of one individual and the shooting death of 23-year-old Micus Prescott of Belvedere Street, Vieux Fort, on Commercial Street in Vieux Fort. Investigations into that incident resulted in the arrest of 2 men. On Thursday, November 30th, officers attached to the Major Crimes Unit preferred charges against the 24-year-old Shermack Tal for having committed the offense of murder and attempted murder. 21-year-old Giovanni Augustin was charged with attempted murder. They were escorted to the court on Monday, December 4th, 2023, where both were remanded in custody until Thursday, January 11th, 2024. In other news now, a major hotel project is earmarked for Mount Pimard in Gros-Islet. At Monday's pre-cabinet presser, Tourism Minister Dr. Ernest Tiller revealed that the hotel, once completed, will be the largest hotel in St. Lucia. The area lies in the south side of Rodney Bay and is a popular hiking trail for adventure seekers, offering breathtaking views. An old World War II military base is also located at the peak.
We actually sign off on the sale of Mount Pimard lands for the establishment of a major resort in that area, and of course she will provide more details, but it will be a very valuable addition again to the product in St. Lucia, and will become the largest property in St. Lucia as well. So it will be a major development.
The tourism minister says more details on the hotel development will be disclosed later during this week. The Ministries of Infrastructure, Equity, Health, the Department of Physical Planning, along with organizations representing persons with disabilities and older persons, have drafted a policy geared towards better customer service and access to public services, that is, access to public services by the elderly and the disabled individuals.
When it comes to customer service, as it relates to persons with disabilities, this is an area that we really needed to improve. We really need to ensure that persons with disabilities, when they come to receive customer service from the government, that they feel that they're getting the best customer service that they can possibly get. And so we embarked on working on a policy that is going to be designed specifically for persons with disabilities and for the elderly.
The policy, which falls under the Customer Service Enhancement Project, seeks to create a more inclusive society where access to information and services is easier for everybody. These are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Kendall, thank you again. Let's take a break now and come right back. Feature, of course, the season of giving and share is normally around that time. Unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. So we embrace it for that. We met up with some young children. Well, it's a group, the Hope Group, made up consisting of a set of young children that is doing some amazing stuff. Titania spoke to us about what is coming up. They've got something on the 23rd, and maybe you could contribute. Let's take a look. We're here with Titania. Titania is from the Hope Group. It's a group or a foundation helping our people endure. Yeah. It's a group or a foundation?
A foundation.
It's a foundation, right. Now, we've had you on the DBS Morning Show before. Well, they've had you. This is my first interaction with you. So for my benefit and for the benefit of people who may have missed it, tell us about Hope.
Okay, Hope Helping Our People Endure is an organization made up of young adults who came together to help the society in any form of way we can, especially with the less fortunate and the privileged. we have members from all over the country. We don't have a set location as to where we have members. And we have been in existence for approximately 4 years. We were founded December 29, 2019.
Right. Now let me wire it back down a bit. What prompted this? Who started this? Whose idea was it? Was it yours?
No, it wasn't
Okay.
mine. It was the idea of Diego Laugen and Ari Lewis, who reached out to us.
There were young people as well?
Yes, they are.
From where? What community?
Diego and Ari is from the north.
Right.
From St. Lucia.
Right. So they, and how did you link up? How did you guys link
Okay,
up?
so all of us, we basically go to school together.
You're on
Not
the
same
morning.
secondary school,
Okay,
but we know
good.
each other. Well, secondary school, primary school, we knew each other. So then when Diego reached out and said, yeah, I want to start giving back to St. Lucia, all of us just came together, had our first meeting, came up with our name, and we started okay.
Wow, 4 years ago, so 4 years strong. So you guys, I mean, after a 4 year mark, it is evident that this is not just something that you all decide you all just gonna run up on a hype, because after 4 years means that you sustain yourself, and you guys, all the group members are still there.
Well, not all, some of them went away for school.
Right.
Some started working and
Right,
the
but
time
the rest
became
of you
less,
remained.
but the
Oh
few
well,
of
let me
us
commend you first on 4 years, on keeping it together for 4 years. Let's talk about some of the things that you've done since.
Okay, so ever since we've helped children going back to school, so we did hamper drives, we did food Sundays, soup Sundays,
Wow.
grocery drives, workshops for teenagers.
How do you all find the time? Because you all go to school, right? You all are so engaged. So, wow, how do you find time? What is it like making time and balancing this off? It's a lot, isn't it? You've got to be real committed, don't?
Yes, it's a challenge, but if we have to stay up late at night just to plan, we will stay up just to plan, send our letters out, and just try and get it out of the way.
When you meet as a group to chat about the vision, what are some of the things discussed? Where do you want to see this headed? What would you like to accomplish as an organization?
Where do we see it headed? Honestly, we just
You're just doing it. Whatever
yes,
gets you,
just
you know, you
doing
don't you don't
it
really
for the
yes.
joy of it.
Right.
But we honestly, our members don't like to see people like the vagrants. They're begging for food or something. So we try our best for every month to try and do 2 activities.
Right.
Even if it's just a soup Sunday, we know somebody, we help somebody. And also for the 4 years, we also realize not only giving food or giving money will help somebody. Sometimes just chatting with somebody will be helping them. That's why we did our workshop with the teenagers from secondary schools, and which will lead to our Christmas activity, which will be the spending our day with children from a children's home. And that activity will be on December 23rd.
Right. Let's talk about this a little bit more. So you've decided that this is one of the things you wanted to do. Why that?
Because we experienced it last year for ourselves. We went to the children's home for same Christmas, and then we realized the children, like, they loved our company, the way we were playing with them, interacting with them, and which also led our members to say every Christmas we want to go back
And just
at
spend
least
some time with
children.
them.
Yes, just spend time with them, eat with them, play with
Wow.
them. So when we go, we bring our finger foods, our snacks, toys.
And it's just as natural. Now, how do you feel when you're engaged in something of that sort? I'm talking to you now personally. How does that make you feel?
Happy. That's make me feel happy. Like, I know this person suffering and we're helping them. Even if sometimes our members are suffering too, but we still, sometimes with us suffering and us helping, it brings comfort to us.
Oh gosh.
Knowing.
Child, I don't know. Let me commend you and your team on that. Let's talk now about how it is that people can help, how people can assist in because of course you're doing a lot. So do you get help?
Yes, we do get help from some companies, especially DBS.
Oh, we appreciate that. Of course, we're gonna be here, right? And otherwise, now, do you think if you get more assistance, you could be able to do more?
Yes,
Would you
we'll
like
be
to do
able
more? Would you
yes,
like
we
more
would love
assistance?
to do more, and yes, we love more assistance.
So how can we reach you? How can we
Okay,
help?
So, with helping, you could help in any form of way. We take clothes, because we do clothes drives. We take toys, we take food items, everything. And if you want to reach out to us to drop off your donation, you will contact us on our Instagram page, which is hope_758_, helping our people endure. You could also reach out to me, the president, on WhatsApp. I guess the number will pop up on the screen.
Yes, we
Or
will.
our secretary, and you could WhatsApp us, give us a direct call. You could also email us at hope758slu@gmail.com, and you will get a response within a matter of time,
Right.
and we will figure out a date to pick up or for you to drop off.
Right. Is there still room for us to make contribution towards the 2023 mission?
Definitely, there's
Okay.
still room. We
Right.
need toys for our kids.
Oh, listen. And then, of course, next year, however it rolls, it rolls. You don't really go about planning this like so. Like
No,
you just
however it happens,
reach out
it
with the heart, from the heart, a genuine. I like this. I absolutely love
Sometimes
this.
we get a call today saying somebody's house burned and they want help, and boom,
Just-
we call a meeting and we start putting things together.
Wow, girl, there's room for you all. What do you want to say to the rest of the Saint Lucia in terms of understanding the importance of you making the sacrifice? If everybody who are able to make a sacrifice, how much of a better world it would be.
I'll just say to everybody in the wider public to continue spreading love, continue being our brothers and sisters keepers, and maybe sometimes just a hi, good morning will help somebody's day. Continue
Right.
being kind.
Right. Is that something you spread at the school as well, Sapa? Is your Sapa list?
Yes.
Right. And you're a third year student there, aren't it?
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You and your team keep up the good work, and
Yes, we
we're not
will.
going anywhere. DBS is here. Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Yes,
And
thank
all the
you,
best with the
guys.
drive. If you can make a contribution, reach out, the numbers, then check them out on Facebook and Instagram, and do make a contribution towards the 23rd drive. And now our second feature, Carmen Joseph is no strange name, no strange face to St. Lucia in terms of media and in terms of culture and music. So we wanted to catch up with Cami a little bit, shed some light on what it is she's been doing for so long that we all probably need to take a page from right now if we want to go into the business and make any form of contribution. We spoke to Cami Joseph. We're here with Cami Joseph. Cami is a woman who wears multiple hats. The media is no strange place for her. She really did create and left an impact within the media fraternity. But certainly we wanted to catch up with you today concerning your musical
Yes.
engagement, because you have been a part of Stratospheremuzic for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
You parted ways for a little while, and you're back
It
because...
was something else then. It was named something else then.
Okay.
From inception.
Right.
Because we actually named Stratospheremuzic as in the label came in when I was actually already part of the company, which was
Right.
Dutch Productions.
Dutch
morphed into
Productions.
Stratospheremusic.
That's
So,
right.
yeah.
That is the thing. Right. But all of that to say that you have been spearheading a lot of where we need to go, a lot of direction we need to be heading
In
if we
terms
need
of
to take this musical thing to the next
Yeah.
level. And you had that vision from a very long time. Let's talk about your entry into music. How did it start? What happened?
Funnily enough, I've always loved music, obviously, because I'm working in it now.
Mm-hmm.
But my first interview when I met Mr. Courtney Louis, I was doing a jazz program, and he was backstage. And Tony Nicholas, who used to be at The
yes,
Voice and the
Tony.
Star, he came to me. He's like, when I need to really do an interview with this guy for me, with Courtney Louis, and I was like, oh God, I'm exhausted. I've been doing interviews all day. I don't want to. I had no idea who he was, by the way.
Right.
So he's like, no, just he has this big rhythm in Trinidad. You should come and do the interview. I said, okay, fine. So we go, and I thought he was Penn.
Oh,
I
Imagine
didn't
that.
know who Penn was either. But
Right.
I know that that rhythm was big, the pizza
Yes,
rhythm.
yes.
So I said, okay, so we are talking to Courtney Louis, the pizza rhythm, and he's like, because he's very shy. He's like,
Yeah.
Then he's like, that's actually not my rhythm. I'm like, really? Who are you? And then he said, Courtney Louis, the St. Lucia rhythm is mine. I have these songs on whatever. So then I met him from then, and then we got into the business part of it is because he needed assistance, he needed help. This guy has been doing all these huge things all over the place. Nobody knew who he was. I was in
Right.
the media and didn't know who he
Didn't know
was.
who he was,
So that
yeah.
shows you how much nobody knew who he was. So I started to work with him in terms of doing public relations, in terms of doing press releases, in terms of helping to design everything to do with him and his artists. And then it just grew from there.
Just go from there. So you had no previous or prior induction into this. This
No,
just
I just literally
from
I
simply
saw
helping.
the need to help him, and I wanted to help him because he and I were cool. We were friends. We were good, and I wanted to because he works so hard.
He works hard. He
I
does.
swear to God, I work hard, but when he
works
works, he works. I mean,
Right.
the hours upon hours upon hours he spends in the studio, and the way that these artists invest. I wish
So
I
you
wish I
came
could
on board
see
as
behind the
what?
scenes
When you
of all of that.
when you came on board, what did you came on board as?
Well, I gave
Helping that
myself a
person.
title.
Right.
I named myself the vice president of the label because I was more or less responsible for operations.
Right.
So I would help artists in terms of getting them prepped for interviews. I would arrange for interviews for them.
Right.
I did bios for each artist.
Right.
I would help in terms of writing the writers for the songs.
Right.
I would help to make sure that the songs were on the radio, the videos were on the television. I would do everything that wasn't music involved.
And that was
Everything
around
else.
what year?
It was a long time ago.
That's my
It's
point.
been about 20 years now. I've been
Right,
doing
and
this.
that at that
About a long
time,
ago.
that was unheard of. That people weren't really
Oh yeah,
taking
no.
this
It
approach to
wasn't
music.
taken that seriously in saying to the point where you had an actual manager. When you see an artist, you need to book them for a show. You just call the artist or you link somebody who knows
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So people are not familiar with an artist saying, no, go to my manager and let my manager handle that. So
Right.
we brought that culture in. The whole idea of you have to know what your worth is and you have to know what you're asking for yourself. And oftentimes it is difficult to ask an artist to do that. And one of the ways that I found that I had most value is in competition for artists. Because you find that when an artist has to go in competition, the mental strength it takes to get ready for a stage, you cannot be bogged down by dancers and costume and background and pyrotechnics. It's too
Trying
much.
to get sponsors and
And all of this
you
stuff,
know,
it takes you away from your being your main focus, which is to go on and to execute.
And deliver, yeah.
So as somebody who was responsible for the artist, that was one of my biggest contributions. I took care of wardrobe. So you wear this, you do this. So it takes all the guesswork out. All you have to just show up and just do what you have to do.
Right. Fast forward to so many years now.
Yes.
Where we are now, music has now taken on that really professional. People are now realizing that
Yes.
this is a career. This is a thing.
Yes,
You
it
know,
is.
and if it's done properly
Yes.
with the right team, you can really and truly
Have it as
some
a
really,
career.
really, really benefit from this thing.
Yeah.
So fast forward to where we are now. Now we're seeing that more and more people are understanding the approach that you took.
The need for
Years
a
ago.
manager. But I
Yes.
mean, and the whole idea is to tell people that it's important to get the right team. People who want to manage you because they want to get access to shows, they want to go backstage, they want to they want
little
to
hype
post.
things.
Being a manager is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. It is very rewarding because you see your artist succeed and that makes you feel good. But you also have to get people who actually have connections and links. It's not just enough just to want to rep you. Can they get you interviews? Do they have access to get you sponsors? Can they
Yes.
get you on shows?
Yes.
If your song is big, can they bring it to that other level? All that stuff is important to ask. And are they going to be honest with you?
Yes.
I always say to people that I work with, I could be like Michael Jackson to you and just tell you what you want to hear, and then you become like him towards the end. The tough love is important, but I don't want to give tough love. I want to be honest. I want my people to trust me. I want you to know that if I say something to you, you know it's the truth, and I want you to know that it's in your best interest, and that's
Right.
important. That is the most critical part of doing it.
Let's talk about, well, we have to wrap up, but let's talk about how difficult it is because a lot of our creatives are very unmanageable. Let's be
Yes,
real with this.
yeah.
Right, so how difficult or easy it is for you holding that position down?
It is very difficult because I mean I know people have known me managing certain artists and not at the end of the day, and I want people to know that it's never easy to decide to walk away from an artist. But sometimes when it infects, when it messes with your mental peace or anything else, then it's not worth
your
it.
brand.
You always love them. You always love them. That doesn't mean you can work with them. People have to want to be where you're trying to take them, Maureen. I alone cannot want this for you. You
Yes.
have to want this for yourself as well.
I always say
And
that.
I can push you, but you have to be able to push yourself as well. And I think the most important thing that we can give to each other is grace, and to be able to, when an artist releases a piece of work, you may not like the artist or the person, but give them a listening ear, because more than likely time and energy went into actually doing what you're actually doing. And for managers who are managing artists, have some patience. Be willing to not make this about you and your ego or your trip, but to make it about the artist and what is right for the artist at the time.
Right.
And believe in them.
You're now Ricky?
Yes.
Yeah, now Ricky's manager. Now, let me put it out there first and now. Our Christmas program, our DBS's Jingle Bell is
Yes,
starting
the
on the
whole-
11th.
everybody.
So we need Ricky for
Yes,
at least
and
one of the
everybody.
shows and everybody else
Yes,
because there's a
everyone.
whole
The rhythm has
there's
9
a whole
people on.
rhythm out
Yes.
now for Christmas 2023, the Lucian rhythm.
Yes.
So we're not going to put out any of that yet, but certainly the
Yes,
platform is
we're
open for
excited
you
about it.
guys. For the Christmas, you
Yes.
guys need to come on board and
Yes.
support. Anything you want to leave with us though, with our viewers now that we, just in closing.
Like I said to St. Lucians, I want you to really appreciate and be grateful for the artists that we have because they work really hard. I know you may not like some of the songs that they do or some of the stuff that they do or say, but to understand that the work that they do is a lot of time-consuming work, and they put a lot of their personal stamp. It's a personal thing, and that's why when you don't like it, it affects them as much as it does. I want to encourage you to follow Stratospheremuzic, of course, on Facebook and on social media, Facebook and Instagram, and to download a Lucian Christmas rhythm. The rhythm has 9 people on it.
Yes.
We are very proud of it. It has 2 songs from Ricky T. It has Papa Veda. It has Kakal doing a song called Découché, classic
That's
Kakal
my
style.
song.
Yes, and we have Cupid, of course, who's on there. We have Carlton Roberts. We have
Jürgen
Desrel.
and
Desrel
Desrel.
is there. Jürgen is on
Right.
there, as well as Bronx and Mata
And
on there.
Mata.
It has a different taste, but a complete taste.
Right. So we'll be getting a taste of that. She promised
Yes.
on live TV. So we'll be getting a taste of that Lucian rhythm throughout our Christmas programming coming up in the next couple of days. Absolutely. Look out for that. Cami, thank
Merry
you so
Christmas,
much.
everybody.
And keep doing a good job.
Thank
Keep doing
you.
a good job.
Good morning, DBS family, and welcome to another episode of DBS's Lookbook. And I am Vanessa Henry Long, your certified image consultant and personal stylist from Lovely Makeup Artistry and Image Consultancy. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. You know I had to start with a little jingle because we are in the Christmas season. And just letting you guys know, today I am in studio right here on DBS ground, but I'm here to speak to you on how you can get ready for this festive season. We want no one walking around, figuring out what am I going to wear for my Christmas party or how am I going to present myself at my best friend's event. No, we want you to be looking good, to the point, sharp and on point, let me tell you, when you will be stepping out this season. So today I am just going to speak a little bit on some things you can do on how to get ready for the season. I will be focusing a little on the men today. We will be focusing on ladies as well, but today, ladies, just like we say, just louder men a little, because we want to ensure that our guys look tip-top shape and represent their best self when they walk next to us this holiday season. So let's talk about how are you going to prepare yourself, gentlemen, for this Christmas party or this Christmas event. Now, most men would say, you know what, I will just wear what's in my closet. Or maybe another guy might say, let me see what I can get online and, browse the internet to see what I can pull up. Listen, it is not just about figuring out or getting that one outfit that would just work for you. What I want you to do is see not just an outfit that would work for you, but an outfit that will make you look smashing and an outfit that will bring out your best features and your best qualities. So guess what? An event is coming up, a party is coming up, you need to look sharp. And nobody going out in t-shirts and jeans. You need to have that proper suit. How many men out there can say, I do have a 3-piece suit or a good suit, a classy suit that can make me feel good and make me look good? I'm pretty sure some of you are wondering, okay, Vanessa is making me look to have a suit. Yes. For this festive season, I want you to represent yourself well. So let me give you some tips on how you can style yourself this season in a suit. Each man, or all men I should say, should have at least one classy suit that they can wear. It doesn't have to be black. It can be either navy or charcoal. These are 2 colors that you can work with if you do not want to have a black suit. Now, there are different things or areas that you need to look out for when it comes to wearing a suit. First and foremost, you need to identify the event that you're going to. If it is a very formal event, preferably you should have a suit with, I would say, a shawl lapel. Now, these are things that you have to look for. There are 3 different types of lapel in the jackets that you can make, that would make the suit look good. So there's the shawl lapel, which is a bit more formal. There is the notch lapel that practically most persons know. I think most men would wear suits with a notch lapel. And there's also what we call the pick lapel, and this one is also very formal. So it depends on the type of event that you're going to. You would select your jacket with the different type of lapel. Now, some men may decide, okay, should I wear a double-breasted or a single-breasted suit? Now, for those of you who are not into suits, maybe you may not even understand the jargon of what is double-breasted and what is single-breasted. Obviously, the single-breasted suits are those with the single buttons coming down. And the double-breasted, of course, is those you would find with the 4 buttons, and in some instances, you would have 6. It depends on how large the jacket is. So if you are looking for more of a slimming fit, preferably the single-breasted suit would be best suited for you. But again, it pays to know your body type, and you would hear me talking a lot about body types when I speak on the lookbook. It pays to know your body type, to know which type of suit would go best with you. Now, gentlemen, I'm talking about suits and I'm talking about looking smashing. One thing that makes a suit stand out is the tie. Now, of course, for more formal events, you would go for a bow tie. But for some people who are not into ties, you'll be like, bow tie? I'm not going to do that, Vanessa. So guess what? Maybe you can have the single tie. Now, the size of the tie is very important. The size of the tie is important as it relates to your body shape and your body size. Now, if you are an individual who is you have size, you well, busted in terms of you have abs and you full on the top, I don't expect you to wear a very slim tie. I won't want to use the word ridiculous, but you may well not look on point. So your tie, the size of your tie has to be in proportion with your body type. So for a slimmer gentleman who's very tall, a nice slim tie would go very well with you. Now, I do have some tips as it relates to your tie. We're not just dropping ties on our suits without incorporating what we call tie pins. Tie pins are very important, and in some instances we also call them tie bars. They're very important as it relates to creating that look of chic, of classy in your suit. Now, gentlemen, be very cognizant of how your jacket and your tie is in relation to your height. We do not want, or I should say, I do not want you going out there with a jacket that is extremely short. The moment you lift your hands or you stand up, we're already seeing your belt. No, we do not want that. Your jacket should at least cover your belt area, and of course, your tie should not surpass your belt area. Y'all get me? Pay attention to those little details. Now, there's one little detail that is very important for a classy man in his tie. Your tie needs to have what we call the dimple. Now, I know most persons will be like, okay, what she's talking about? What is the dimple? Yes, the dimple is this little part. You see I have dimples? I'm smiling and you see my dimples. So your tie would have this little dimple in there, especially when you tuck it out and you tuck it in. And that is a very important element in a classy suit and a classy tie for the men. Now, another area to consider is your pants. Now, some men may want to have a suit that would cover the entire, the color, is black, full black. Some of you may, depending on your style, you may want to have a full charcoal or full navy. But you can be a little bit creative, and depending on your personal style, you can have a colored trouser or a different color trouser than your jacket, and that is okay to do so. But of course, for a classy look, preferably, we're considering monochromatic way of styling, which is the same color from top to bottom. Another area that is very important, obviously, your shoes. When it comes to dressing and looking the part, gents, especially this festive season, be mindful of the shoes that you will be wearing with your attire, especially if it's going to be a suit. I know some persons like their square fronts, like shoes that are extremely long, but hello, pay attention to this. We don't want anyone joking other persons out there. And of course, depending on your height, your body type, there are so many specifics to go into as it relates to your shoes. A very important element, guys, especially when you're sitting and we're preparing you, of course, for those events, your socks. I do not want to be seeing your legs when you will be sitting in your suits. So ensure that your socks is long enough to cover your legs so that it will not show off, especially your hair, your hairs or your skin show off when you are sitting down in your suits. Now, these are just some simple tips to get you ready on wearing that suit, that proper suit, that classy suit for a man this festive season. And don't forget to add on some accessories on there, because the accessories is like the vitamins to fashion. Let me tell you, it will make you stand out even more. And don't forget this fragrance as well. Top it off with some fragrance. Ensure your hair is well cut, you have a good timepiece on your arm, and you're well ready to go for your festive season event. I hope these tips will pretty much easy for you and that you enjoyed it. See you next time on The Lookbook, where we will be discussing tips for the ladies for your season events.
And that is our show for this morning. Thank you so very much, DBS family. And we look forward to being back here again in your company tomorrow morning. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have an awesome one. And I love you guys. Thank you.